do 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 do. Hi, John. Nice to see you. Hi, hi. I'm gonna have a bit of an Olga night tonight, and use lots of Olga's lovely designs. So I'm going to use some of the new things, but I'm also incorporating some of her older designs too. So, because, well, you know, she's made lots of lovely things, hasn't she? So, hi, Steph. Hi, nice to see you. So, I'll tell you what I've done first, because I'm not as prepared as I normally am, but I have done a little bit of prep, and I've gessoed my page. This is one of my journal pages. Hi, Facebook user. I'm sorry, there's no name coming up for you. So I've gessoed my page because this journal, it's mixed media paper, and I'm not. It's hi, another Facebook user. Another Facebook user. Hi. So I'm not a massive fan of this mixed media paper unless I'm just going to be using acrylics. So what I've done is I've just put a layer of clear gesso on it, and that'll just give me the sort of surface. Hi, Catherine. No, Catherine, your name has come up. Hi, darling. Hi. I'm sorry, there's no name by you. So I'm going to start my page. I've gessoed my page, and I'm just looking. I want to add some of this beautiful paper. So I'm just going to have a little flick through and decide what I want to add. I love this paper pad, and I've used quite a lot of it. I quite like this, actually, for what I'm going to do. I think that one, and I might, no, because I like cutting these little ones out. Hi, Facebook user. Hi, Facebook user. Sorry, I feel really rude, but it just comes up as Facebook user in the chat. Right, so I've got some paper from this lovely paper pad, and I'm just going to stick a bit on my page, and I'm going to rip it. Yeah, like that is exactly the sort of thing I wanted. That doesn't very often happen, that I get exactly what I wanted, but that is what I want. Oh, hi, Brian. Lovely to see you. Hi, Belinda. Hi, Sue Rousson. No, hi, Ali. No, I still can't see who you are. But anyway, so I have ripped some of this paper, and I'm going to add it to my page. And there's going to be a few layers on here, but I'm starting with this. Now, obviously, a good media gel would be good. Sous la page. Bonjour, sous la page. Oh, do you know, Sue Rousson and Sue Lepage, I love your names. I've missed saying them. They are such good names. There we go. So, and I want to make sure I get that little little nubbin on there as well. So this is just going to really add some interest to my page. And because I didn't stick that straight, I'm just going down the edge there. There we go. There we go. Bonjour, my chef. Oh, hi, Dawn. Lovely to see you. Hi, Patty. Yeah, the papers are stunning. The papers are absolutely stunning. Right, I think I want a little bit more of this paper. And I want to keep all this, because this texture is just scrumptious. Yeah. Now, if you've got a journal like me with holes in, like what I have got, do not worry. Like what I have got, like I have. Good Narbent. Not do. Hiya, Facebook user. So I'm going to pop this bit there. But what I was saying, sorry, I do get very easily distracted. These holes, don't worry if you cover them, because you can go back over them with your crocodile and you'll have your holes back again. So that's what I do. So I'm just gluing these, and like I said, a good gel medium would probably be far more sensible, but that would involve me looking for my gel medium, and I'm not going to do that. So I'm just using some adhesive and I'm sticking these papers in place. And this is just my first little layer. So, and whatever I do on here, I'm going to put this little bit on the top there. Whatever I do on here would translate onto a journal cover, a card, anything really. It's not just when people sometimes, for less experienced creatives, sometimes they feel that card making is card making and journal making is journal making. If you make something pretty and you want to put it on a card front, please do. And in the same token, if you want to keep it in a journal, keep it in a journal. It's honestly, it's all good. It's all good. So you can do whatever you want with this little bit of inspiration tonight. If it is inspiration, of course. That I might be being a little bit too optimistic with that. Right, so I like that. I also feel like I want to add internet. It's totally useless no matter what. Oh no. Hi, Sarah Edison. It's really nice to see you. Oh. I'm just sorry, I'm making noises because I'm bending over in my pile of old book pages that I keep on my desk. All right, just giving it a little quick glance because these ones are in English, and I have been known, it has happened before that I've done this and I've spotted something a little bit risque, shall we say. Right, let's pop. Just want that bit there, and I think that's going to be enough for this layer then, I think. Yes, vulgar, perhaps, yes. It's, so I do try and scan what I'm putting down, but I am dyslexic, so I do miss things from time to time. But yeah, you got to be a bit careful. Especially when you make sample. If you're making samples for the telly, you don't want to be sticking something on there with a big arse on it or something like that. I hope you're not offended by my arse use, but it's got to be said sometimes. Right, so I've done my first layer, which is just, well, it's my second layer, I suppose, because I've done a layer of gesso, and I've now done a layer of some papers. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take an Olga stencil, I think. I'm just trying to decide which one. Oh, it's so hard because this really is my favourite. So this is not from the new collection. This is, as you can see, it's very well used. Absolutely, in our personal journals. Oh yeah, always. So always, people who are easily offended generally go looking for things to offend them, and the last thing I want to do is offend anybody. I used a book page, and although only a small piece, the bit you could read was yeah. So you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful. Right. So I want to use this number stencil because it's one of my favorites of Olga's. Mind you, I've got lots of favorites of Olga's. Let me see if I can just find. Just going to use a little bit of washi tape because it's to hand. I just want to hold this down because my paper isn't completely flat because I've gessoed it and dried it with a heat gun, so it's got a little bit of a wiggle to it. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to get my Versamark, and let's have you, little spongy daubery thing. You'll do, I think. Yes, you'll do for what I want. You want to know which books I read? You should not apologise. No, fair enough. Fair enough, sur la page. You do not need to. What books do I read? It's not the ones I read so much because I'm quite. I read at the moment. I'm still working my way through. Oh, this is going to get on my nerves. I'm going to just go for it. I'm still working my way through Terry Pratchett's Discworld series because obviously I'm quite a slow reader. So yeah, I'm quite PG, but I get sort of old books and packs of pages and things that I use in my journals, and sometimes they can be a bit cheeky. Right, I think that's probably enough. So I've used my Versamark pad through there just to so I can put some embossing powder down. And I'm just going to get a piece of paper to pop underneath, and I'm using it's a really nice one. This is the Wow Opaque Bright White Super Fine Embossing Powder. I was going to give Liz a few book names. Oh, there's some proper cheeky. It's a very well used stencil. Steph, I love it. And I'm a bit naughty with my stencils. Unless I'm using a paste, I don't wash them straight away. If I use a paste, I do. But if I'm not, then I don't. And I'll chuck them all in a bowl once they get to the point that they really need it. Just making sure I don't get extras that I don't want. There we go. I love doing this with my stencils. Right, I think I've got every bit that needs to be got. I'm just checking and flicking because I don't want any excess anywhere, and now's the time to check that there isn't any excess anywhere. Right, let's get rid of that powder. I'm sure it grows in between when you put it on the thing that you want to emboss, and then when you go to put it back in the pot. I think it grows. Oh, the Stella pastes. They are so glittery, aren't they? They are fabulous. They're something quite special. Yeah, I used to be, very, very particular about my stamps and stencils. And as time's gone on, I've just got lazier, and it's terrible, really. But I do find with some of my stencils, not all of them, but some of them are actually improved by leaving the paint on there. It gives them a little bit of strength. I found out the other day that the white ink pad from Stamps by Me is great for brushing through stencil with perfect. Oh, yes. Yeah, Sarah, you're right. It's brilliant. I've got it here because I'm going to use it. This is one of my staples now when I'm doing things, because it's just such a good white ink pad. I would go as far as saying, will I go as far as saying that? Yeah, I will. I'll go as far as saying it is the best one I've used. And it seems to be, so far, touch wood, really lasting as well. Because I've had another brand, you know what I mean. I've had a brand before that it was good, it was really good, but it just didn't last. It just, it was quite small and it didn't last very long. Whereas this just keeps going and it's still giving a really good result. Hi, Facebook user. Who you? Yes, and all. Hi, Rachel and all. Lovely to be here. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, lovely. I don't know who you are. Excuse me, taking my time with this because I've been not looking at where I've been directing my heat gun because I've been reading comments, which is totally out of character. Right, we're nearly there. I can't believe we're at the end of January. It's insane, isn't it? It's been a really long one. But I've done a mad thing. I don't know. I talk a load of rubbish when I'm doing these, don't I? And I'm just busy yammering on while I get this embossing powder to melt. But at the beginning of January, I decided I needed to do something about my health because the menopause has not been kind to me, and I've put on an absolute ton of weight with it, amongst other issues as well. So if you're going through the menopause, you have my sympathy, empathy, whatever you like, you can have it because it's really horrible. But I decided, and I feel mentally able to do something about it. So I've been dieting. I joined Weight Watchers, and I weighed myself today, and I've lost a stone in January, and I'm absolutely stoked. I'm really, really pleased that it's all going in the right direction because I need to get healthier. Right, I'm done. Yay, you're all saying thank goodness for that. She's going to stop drivelling on about her menopause and weight loss. Right, so there we go. I've got, I don't know, yeah, you can just about see it. I'm stoked about it. I'm so happy, and I'm so, when you get into the right mindset for something and you just think, right, this is happening. That's kind of the place I've got into, and I've just thought, oh gosh, this is happening because I can't cope with this anymore. And it's happening, and it's really great, and I'm feeling really positive and good about it all. So yeah, happy days. Right, I'm going to go on the thank you, Ali. It is, menopause is just hideous. Some people breeze through it, and I'm really happy for them. But I certainly haven't. But I think I'm, touch wood. I think we're turning the corner, and going to get on with. I'll get on with this and shut up about that. Oh, Catherine, yeah, it's been tough, but I've been doing the Weight Watchers thing and using their app, and that has made it a lot easier. Thank goodness. Because I have tried diets over the past few years and I failed miserably. But no, my mind is absolutely focused on it this time. Right, so I'm going to get my Lindy's out. Thank you for listening to me waffle. Oh, well done, Ali. Well done. Hi, Facebook user. Yeah, you see, when we put our mind to it, we can do whatever we want to do, can't we? Yeah, absolutely, Sue. It's a mind. You've got to get in the mindset. Right, so Lindy's, and I'm starting with this. This is a combination you've probably seen me do several times because it's my favourite combination, and also, unlike lots of people who have an absolute stack of Lindy's, I don't have very many, but the ones I do have are ones that I really use a lot, so it's good. Thank you, Sue. Hi, Sharon. Oh my goodness. What time is it with you, Sharon? So let's get now with Lindy's, it depends. I mean, I'm no expert either, so there are people who are experts. I'm not. I just really, really love them. With Lindy's, there are two effects you can sort of divide them up into. Now, with this I've sprayed this, and I could go in and spray my my other sprays. My 6 a.m. Wow. Good morning. Oh, I can't not love them. I've tried, and I do, and and you don't need squillions of them. You do not need squillions of them. Oh, well done, Brian. It's a tough one, isn't it? I gave up smoking a long time ago, and yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. So anyway, back to the Lindies. Sorry. So you can work them in many, many ways, but the two I'm going to just talk about now quickly is that I've sprayed this one now. Now I could spray my other sprays, and the colours would blend and merge, and you get some really interesting effects, which I really, really like doing too. It's a really nice thing to do, and it gives you really nice effects. But the other thing that I really like to do is, with my first few sprays, I like to dry between the layers, because once this layer is dry, it won't reactivate and blend when I go on top of it. And I've been asked this a couple of times by a couple of different people about do Lindies reactivate when you go back over them. And in my experience, which is limited, no, they don't. And that's one of the things I really, really, really like about them, is that I can choose whether I want to get a blend of colours, and it will be lovely, a unique, lovely blend of colours. Or do I want to, so I want to be able to see some of the lighter colour coming through. I hope that makes sense. Oh, Facebook user, you've been struggling. I'm not on Funky Fossils YouTube, because I'm not an admin on that YouTube account, but I'm on mine. Well, I'm on my own YouTube page, or I'm in the Funky Fossil group, or I'm in my little Rachel's Italia group. I say little, but it's growing quite nicely. Right, so that's nice and dry for the most part now. And if there are any little bits that aren't as dry, I don't mind a little bit of blending, but I want most of that to stay as a layer underneath. So that's done. And now I'm going to add my other colours. And I'll give you a top tip as well. Be very careful when you're doing any of these sort of processes where you're reheating embossing powder, because I have frequently... Hi Jane, lovely to see you. Hi P Pod's Crafty Corner, lovely to see you. I have frequently put my fingers in my molten embossing powder, and I don't enjoy it. So yeah, warning to everybody: when you're reheating powders, be careful. Ooh, I like it. Now, this is another thing as well. Depending on how you press your spray will depend on how your colour comes out. So if you press it quickly, you'll get a fine mist. It really does hurt, Ali, doesn't it? It's really not nice. Yeah, so if you press quickly, you'll get a fine mist, and if you press slowly, you will get a more sort of what's the word for it? Lost my words. You'll get a more blobby droplets, that's the word. You'll get a more droplet-y effect. So, and that was Top Hat Teal that I've just used. There we go. Now this is building up really nicely. I'm really, really happy with this. And again, I'm drying it. I'm not going to get too precious about how dry it gets. And if there's colour, like I've got some colour here that I want to disperse a bit more, so I'm just using my water spray a bit there, just to get it to disperse a little bit more. And I can spend a really good long time in this process now, just sort of adding bits of colour and spraying a bit of water if I want that bit of colour a little bit less opaque. And, you know, it's something that you can really take a bit of time with and enjoy the process. Or equally, like I'm going to be tonight, you can be quite quick with it. Right, now I've got quite a wet bit there because I sprayed water on it, and I've got a little bit of a wet bit here, but I'm not gonna get too precious. Oh, I just love the process of layering things up. It's just, hi Nikki Dot. Yeah, I just really enjoy it. So, and this one is, no, that's the same one. I don't want the same one. This one is Apothecary Azure. And it makes me talk, and I'm trying to do slow. Oh, yeah. Trying to push my finger down quite slowly so I get some really nice blobby effects. It can get a little bit dribbly when you do that, but I like it because then I'll just flick the dribbles onto my paper as well. Oh, I like this. I really like this. It makes me so happy watching the layers of colour come together. And just, you know, every time you do it, it's different. It's really, really enjoyable for me. Right, and I'm not worrying about, because some of my, because I use glue and not a gel medium, some of my pages are curling a little bit, and I'm just going to leave that because I think it's going to add to the texture and just make it look all that more interesting. In fact, I might even emphasize them with a bit of ink in a minute. That's Welsh in a minute, which is like in a minute now, maybe later on kind of thing. There we go, nearly done. Just drying all of this off now so that any other mediums that I put on top of here are not going to blend in with these colours. These colours are going to stay as they are now. I love it, this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, flicking the doofer. Well, I don't even know what that is, but the little straw that's inside that delivers the magical colour up through the thing. Yeah, flicking those is a really good way of doing it too. Now, I don't know. Do I want to add I'm trying to think if I want to add. No, I don't. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add a little bit more brown to this, but I think probably by the time I ink the edges and stuff, I think that'll probably be enough brown for sure. Right, hopefully I am dry enough. Right, just bend this page a bit. Try and get it. It'll flatten out in my journal eventually, but just trying to get it flatten out. And I'm just gonna. Well, I'm gonna need to get a damp cloth on that. Right, so I've got that, which I'm loving. I think I'm gonna add some ribbons because why wouldn't you? Because they're gorgeous. Let me just put these out of the way. All right, let's have a look. Ribbons, come to me. Now I've got a few left of my open packet. Let's have a look. Oh, the sprays are they're amazing. So they're, you know, I'll open a new packet because I've got a new packet and I'll tell you what they are. And I'll also, the Lindy's I used were Yesteryear Yellow, Apothecary Azure, and Top Hat Teal. That's my ones that I used. Right, got that. What was I going to do? I was going to show you a full pack of the. Let me show you the world. So this is the full pack. Can you see? Let me come into the thing exactly. Ooh, they're so nice. I did one of the samples I used loads of them to create layers, and oh, they're just so lovely. I mean, this is just magical. And these little bits of paper, these little bits of vintage text and things look amazing. They're all amazing. They are just blooming gorgeous. I can't even tell you how gorgeous they are because they are so gorgeous. Right. Let me. Hey, Natasha. Hi, Liz. Thank you. Thought so. I could not see the label. Right, so. Oh, yes. That is what I want. I mean, these splashes are amazing. Now, do I want that whole piece? Let's just have a little. Oh, no, you're not going to see. I'm putting a framed thingy in Bob What's-It here. So I will lose a lot of anything I've put there. And and I've done that as well. Rachel. Stop brushing and think about what you're doing, woman. Right, so I've got this little piece of ribbon, which I'm going to put going to put that there. And they are so nice and they're so easy to use. Hi, Kim. Oh, do you know, it's the notifications or is that what we call it? The comments, that's the one. The comments, they don't always, and you're coming up as Facebook user, you see, so I didn't know it was you. I did not know it was you. But now I do. Right. Let's see, have I done enough? Because that was some quite distracted and lazy rubbing. Let's have a look. That's it. And look at that. Honestly, it's just so luscious. And I also want to... I'm going to take probably quite a few of these, actually. Going to use... Steady now. Let's have that one. So now the nice thing about using these rub-ons as well, I mean they're lush anyway, but one of the really nice things about using them is that they're really opaque when you put them down. So it doesn't matter how dark the background is, they're still gonna come out really nicely. There we go. Do you know, I only get the product from the USA and our dollar is $2.35. Hi Kim, so yes, yeah. There's I think, oh, I'd love them all, and then I think I don't need them all. Just a few select colours is all you really need. But I do have the biggest urge to just want all of them. Right, have I got it all down? Oh, I missed a little bit there. There we go. And a bit there. They're very forgiving as well, which is rather nice. There, I like that as well. So you can see we're just building up. So I think we're on our 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is the fourth layer. The fourth layer, and I'm loving it. And I'm going to take that little phrase there. And I'm going to put this one. Yeah, I'm going to put this one there. They're very good at going on pretty much anything I've put them on so far, they seem to adhere to, which is nice. It makes me very happy. Get those little splashes of paint as well, because they all add a different element there. Oh, yes. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm very happy with that. And Now, what do I want to put on here? I want to start putting more layers of things. Right, let me move these out of the way because I've got stacks of stuff and I can't see the wood for the trees. Right, where are we? Oh, you're trying to get Funky Fossil in your local suppliers. Oh, I hope they do for you, because Funky Fossil does bring a fabulous little variety of everything, doesn't it, really? Now, I wanted to show you a thing, but I don't know if it's going to work on this piece. But anyway, we'll crack on and we'll see where we end up. It's 10:02. Are you okay? I'm going to run over a bit, I think, if that's okay. And if you get bored and you want to go, crack on. I'm not offended. But I'm going to probably be, I don't know, maybe another... Probably be about 8:30, maybe I'll finish. Might be a little bit earlier, but probably about 8:30, I think. So I've cut this frame out, which is a bit gorgeous. And it's on this little stamp set. And when I was looking at this little stamp set, I was thinking, oh, there's this. And I wondered if people knew that you could actually... I think there's a name for it, but I can't think what the name is. But actually, you can ink this stamp up, and then you can put another... stamp it with another stamp, and you'll then get... you know, when you stamp that, then you'll then get that impression. Or you can do it the other way around and not ink that up, but ink your other stamp up and stamp it onto there and then stamp it. And I was thinking that was a good little thing to share. But yes, I've got this frame that I want to use, and I've also got... not that, because it's rubbish. I've cut some of these. I've not cut as many as I would have liked, but I think it'll work. I've cut some of these little flowers out from one of Olga's previous collections that I really liked. So I've just cut these out, and I'm going to use these on here as well because they're really lovely. You know, they are worth taking the time to cut out because they're so pretty. So I'm going to use those. I was thinking about I might use some little die cuts, but I'm not sure now I've seen the time. But let's crack on and see how we get on. So I want to use this frame, and I'm going to put a piece of lovely paper behind it. So that's it. Kiss stamping. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you know, I knew it had a name, and I just couldn't for the life of me find it in my brain. My brain just wouldn't come up with it. Right, so I've got my frame. I'm going to ink my frame a bit, but I'm just kind of looking now, just putting it on my paper. Oh, that's a bit nice. I'm just putting it on my paper, deciding which one I want to... No, that'll be too bright. Which one is going to work for what I'm doing? Yeah, I do kind of like that, actually. All right, I'm going to take the piece of paper out. Let's take that out. I'm just going to see. Now you see, I can have this colourway, which is going to blend very much with the background. And I can have this colourway, which is going to blend, but it's also got a little bit more red in it, which is more of a complementary colour to the colours I'm using on the colour wheel. The papers are absolutely gorgeous. They just are, aren't they? Or I could go that way potentially, but I don't like that way. Do you know what? No, I'm not having it. I'm not gonna have it. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna have the peely paint one that I liked. Where's it gone? That's it. This one, because it's got tone. It's got the same tones that I'm using in my background, but they're just slightly paler hues. So I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do now. Where did I just put my frame? Over here. So now I just need to decide. I think it needs to be somewhere like that. Definitely. And I'm just going to get my pencil. Give me a pencil, and then I can mark roughly. Okay, so I've roughly marked that now, so I can just get my trimmer and cut that piece out. There we go. It's beautiful. I was only mentioning Thursday I could make some funky jewelry pieces with this paper. You so could. It's you could do all kinds of things with this. And did you see Olga did some jewelry using shrink plastic, and it was just beautiful. It was just really beautiful. I'm coming in a little bit from my marks. Right, keep that paper because it will be used for something else. And I've got my frame. Oh yes, that's gonna work really nicely. Yeah, happy days. Right, so I want to ink this now. The other thing I would do with it, but I'm not going to do because obviously, I could do. I have got a little bit of time, haven't I? Oh, Rachel, you're a nightmare. I'm going to ink this up, and then I'm going to grab some scrap cardboard from behind me to just raise it. I'm just being quite gentle with my inking because I've cut this out. It's quite, it's delicate. Thank you, Soulapage. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Rachel. It's been one of those days. I'll cut you off. Of course. No, this isn't, but I'm getting some. This is walnut stain, which I use for pretty much everything. I love a bit of walnut stain, but I've seen scorched timber now, and I feel like I need it in my life. Most definitely. It's weird, isn't it? you do think, how many of those do I need? But I do definitely need that one. But you don't need the full collection of anything. It is a syndrome, isn't it? That whole sort of wanting to have the full collection. But we don't need it. Right, I like that. And what I'm also going to do to this is I am going to give it a little bit of water. I'm trying not to put too much on because I don't want to weaken the structure any more than it is, but that's better. But I did want to get that sort of effect going on there. So I'm going to put this probably around about there. So I'm going to lose some of this gorgeous effect, but it's going to be okay. We're going to replace it with something equally as gorgeous, hopefully. So right, so I'm putting my paper down. Tip that way up. Voila. And then I am going to get some scrap cardboard, which I've got. Oops, something's just fallen off my desk. What was it? Or something I'll go back to. Now, I'm going to cut myself. This is a nice sort of thickness of card. And I'm just cutting myself a nice fine strip. Don't look at the straightness. I'm making, no, that's too thick, but that's okay. We will cut it down again. Because I want to give this some height. Okay, that's going to work. And I could use silicone glue, which is something I do like using. Well, not silicone, they don't call it that anymore, do they? Glue gel. I could use that, but I haven't got any to hand. Inktense, I really like Inktense, Catherine. Inktense are rather gorgeous. And they layer up brilliantly as well. You can get some really nice effects layering them up. There we go. So I've got one little bit there. And I'm just trimming. I'm sorry, I'm completely out of the camera's view, aren't I? But I'm not doing anything exciting. I am just cutting cardboard, I promise. So let's put that there. And then one of the things I'm doing while I'm doing this is I'm thinking about what colour I want my flowers to be, because I want something that's going to pop. And I'm looking, and there's this little bit of sort of purpley, aubergine purple. Violet, that's probably a better description of it. And I think distress color, Neocolor. Yeah, Neocolor are one of my firm favourites. I've got the distress crayons and the distress watercolors, and they're really nice. But I have to say, Neocolors are firm favourites with me. There we go. So I've just put some packing card strips on the back of my frame, and I'm going to stick it to my page. There we go. I am also going to grab. Oh, no. Let's not have a craft a lunch. Thank you very much. I'm just grabbing just a little tiny smidge of Sizel. A little bit of Sizel. Oh gosh, a little bit of Sizel in my life. Because I don't know, I've got a Sizel problem. I just really like it. So I'm going to put that on there. And I'm going to put my frame in place. I think I've covered everything I need to cover. Yeah, I like that. Oh, it's so nice. It's so blooming nice. I love it. Right, how are we doing for time? Because I did want to look at because I love these. I love them all. I love these. I love the brushes. They're amazing. And did anybody see the sample that Sarah Edison did, where she made the word art out of the brushes, because they're thin enough that they've got some flex in them, so you can manipulate them and stamp them and get some really great looking effects. Right, I need you. I'm just going to stamp some of these brushes because they're gorgeous. So let's put this one over here a second. And where's my stamping doofer? There it is. All right. So I've got my stamping plate. I don't want my brushes bent, so I'm just popping them on here. It wasn't amazing. It was amazing. And I'll show you on here, look, they've got, because they're quite fine, they have got a nice bit of bend in them. So you can get them to do all kinds of things. You could probably get a couple of them and make a sort of wreath type thing with them, putting them on a curve and entwining them, and that would be really cool. Right, give me a bit of cardstock, please. Fresh from the floor. All right, I'm going to stamp these three. That one looks like it's smiling. I didn't notice that before. Okay. Where are we? 5 past. Oh, we're doing good. We'll be done ahead of my estimate. Right. So I am just making sure that I get good transfer of ink. There we go. Oh, I missed a bit. All right, let me take those ones off. And do I need to stamp that one again? Oh, probably. I'm going to stamp it again. I might get, I might get away with it, but it will annoy me if I can't. So I'm just going to do it again. There we go. Right, and then I'm going to take my, this is my Lindy's Flats, and I really, yes, a fine liner pen could have fixed it, you're right. I'm gonna cut them out, so it's fine. Now, I could have made a nice swatch top for this, but I didn't, because I was in a rush when I was doing it. But this is my Lindy's Flats, the new flats, and I keep them in one of these Tim Holtz alcohol ink doofers because it works for me. Right, so I want a little bit of this purple colour on one of these brushes, most definitely. And because I'm painting them and I know I'm going to cut them out, I don't really have to panic about doing a great job because I can just cut off anything that I'm not happy with. Just these are the new flat colours, and I'm afraid I can't remember what they're called. But I'm using Das Werk wine and Not in a Vermilion Years, and I'm also going to use Roll in the Hay, I think. Yes, I am. There we go. And it really doesn't matter if I'm going over the edge at this point. And then I'm also going to use Head in the Clouds. Head in the Clouds. That's brilliant, isn't it? So, Rachel, did you put the powders in and add a bit of water and then let them dry? Yeah, I did. Well, I was I put them in there as I was using them, and then I've let them dry. And oh no, I don't need to do that one. And it's worked. It's worked a treat. It has worked a treat. I'm very happy. Very happy with it. And what's this one? I can't remember. I'll tell you now though. I really should activate them properly, but yeah. And a little bit more. Nice bit of brushes there, bit of brushes. So that's using that last grey I used was Alive and Kissing Cobalt. And I think that's probably enough. I am going to use a little bit of, I've got a little bit of Oh, I can't remember what colour this is. I'm trying to think now. It's this again. This is how I used to keep my Lindies. I used to keep them. Well, I obviously still do, because this one is, you know, in a palette, let them dry out and just pick them up and use them when I need to. But this is, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the colour. I'll have a look in my little box of Lindies and tell you now. It's a really nice gold colour, because I wanted something a little bit metallic on these. And obviously, if I wasn't heading towards the goal of finishing 1/2 I would have, I'd get my pencils out and do a little bit of shading too, because I like doing that. Right, let me tell you what that gold one is called. It is called Poutine Gold. And it's a really, really nice, rich gold colour, as is suggested by the name, I guess. But you know what I mean. Right, let's have these. And be super quick about it. So get that out of the way. Where are my scissors that I like using? Hiding. Come back. Come back, I need you. Where have they gone? I was using them 5 minutes ago. Well, maybe a little less than 5 minutes ago, but right, no doubt I'll find them when I don't need to use them. Right, I'll have to use my big ones. So let's be super careful. I'm not very good with big scissors, because I'm not terribly dexterous. There we go. And then just concentrating on cutting these out for a second. Sorry, I didn't have a chance to do this earlier. Right, this one. What's happening? Yes, poutine gold. I like poutine. Oh, I like poutine a lot. I don't expect I'll be having it for a while there. But it is nice. I can maybe do pretend poutine. There we go. Okay, so that's another brush. That'll do nicely. And last one. And if you're a little bit dodgy with your cutting out, or even if you're not, I'm a bit dodgy with my cutting out. I am not as good as, oh my goodness, have you seen David Trespizio? His cutting out is amazing. He cuts the most intricate little bits and bobs, and I don't know how he does it. But my main focus when I'm cutting out is just not to cut my fingers off. There we go. Happy, 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 happy. I wish I knew where I'd put my scissors, but I'm still not happy. Right, so have my yes, yeah. A blade is far more sensible. Yes, the Fiskars are my favourite because I'm not very dexterous, and I do get a little bit of arthritis in my hands that flares up from time to time. So I find the Fiskars ones are just a little bit of magic. Right, yes, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to ink the edges on here. And then that way it hides any little extra edges that I didn't quite get. There you go. Not very exciting, is it? Not very exciting. But we're getting there. And I'm going to be even more not exciting because I'm just debating whether I should probably put a little thin piece of packaging card on these, which I think I probably should. There we go. That's looking good. So I've got my 3 little brushes, and I am going to grab my packaging card again. Where did I put my little scissors? I do not know. I'm sorry to go on about it, but I'm just amazed that I can't find them. No, that's too thin. Let's have a happy medium. Right, just cutting some strips, and they are too thick, but that's okay because I can trim them down. Right. Oh no, the cardboard's falling to pieces. Right, I'm not going to do that then because it's just requiring too much thought and attention. So what I will do is I will now position my brushes, and you see how this is balancing that little purple element. I don't know if it's showing up that much there actually, but there's a real purple element there, and this is just balancing that out nicely. Yeah, that's going to be lovely. So I'm going to glue these in position, and then I'm going to pop my flowers on, and then I think we'll probably be happy. So let's just trying to get this to adhere. Oh dear. A female deer, a ray, a drop of golden sun. We need Sam here singing, don't we? She's got a fabulous voice. Was our Sam. Right, let me just holding them down a minute to make sure that the adhesive stick, because I haven't put any I haven't given them any dimensional help at all. If I put some glue gel underneath, that would definitely help them. But they're having to deal with varying heights here, so it's not an ideal. Right, there we go. You stay down there, please. So I like that. That's very nice. And I just want to do put a hint of colour on my flowers and leaves. So let's have them. Luckily, I cut them out. I cut them out earlier because I knew I was going to be doing this. And I didn't want to have everybody just looking. Oh, I found my blooming scissors. They were right in front of me. What a donut I am. Right, I've lost some leaves, but you can't have everything, can you? Right, I'm going to get those flats again. And I'm going to be using, I think, the Not in a Vermilion Years. And just put a tiny little spot of colour on these. I'm not going mad with it, just a little. They're such sweet, delicate little blooms. They're really lovely. A bit more water. There, and a bit more colour. So just there, and there. Lovely. And the same on here, and don't have to do anything too special with this. Just applying that colour, and I'll pop something in the centre in a minute as well. There. And no, that's going to be too dark. Just add in the colour. Actually, I could take them in ages doing stuff like this. I really like shading and, you know, just messing about with the depth and things by adding shading and light. It's something I find really enjoyable. Right, and thinking about colour and, you know, thinking about the colour wheel. If you haven't got yourself a colour wheel, or you don't know colour theory, I really recommend it. It can make a massive difference, and there's lots of people out there who do some brilliant colour theory tools and classes and so on, but it does make a massive difference to your work when you've got a little idea of it. There we go. The person is especially cutting, I can see. Ah, yes, you could see it. Oh, good. Good. I'm just adding. I need to top my green up. Have I got enough just to get some colour on here? I might need to just encourage it with some, add a little bit of blue to help it along. And again, let's get that on there. Chop, chop. Nearly done. Right, and I want something in the middle of that. I think I'm going to go for, what am I using? I'm using Gustav's Gold Leaf. in the middle of my bit of Gustav's gold leaf. Lovely. Got my leaves. Oh, they're very blue actually, but I think that'll be alright. Right, get that out the way, and grab this, and then I'm going to add these flowers into my little mix of things I've got going on here. I'm not in shot, am I? There we go. Let's put that there. And I'm just going to add these flowers and leaves into my little mix of things I've got going on here. Oh. Well, fortunately, that will dry clear. And let's clear these. Oh, is it out of stock at the moment? It's such a lovely collection. It's really beautiful. There we go. That's that one. And then I'm just deciding where to put this one. There we go. Let's pop this one. Oh, I can't get it under because I've stuck it down flat, but never mind. I can work with that. And then I'm going to add my leaves. And again, I mean, I could really add some dimension to this with some glue gel. Yeah, that's going to be nice. There we go. I like that, and I'm just going to pop a little phrase in there, and then I think I'm happy with that. So I'm going to use, for my phrase, I'm going to use Olga's papers again. Oh, look at that. It's nearly past. And I'm just going to quickly cut this little snippet and stick it down, and I'm done. So I haven't done too badly, have I? There we go. And which one am I going to go with? Yeah, I like that one. So I'm just going to cut it out from here. That's it. And I've got a little distressing tool which would probably be far more sensible to use. But I'm in a rush, so I'm just ripping and scrunching and just taking the edge off here. So it looks a little bit more distressed. And I'm going to put my ink pad on the edges. And I'll tell you what it says in a minute. Oh, Jan, you're so sweet and so kind and so lovely. I'll tell you, I really do appreciate everyone's support. It honestly is just, it blows my mind how supportive and how kind everybody is. Right, there we go. So let me hold it up a bit and you can see it. There we go. So I've got my flowers and my brushes and my frame and all my lovely background. And I've got a little bit of purple up here and I'm coordinating it with a little bit of purple down here. I might darken this purple a little bit once it's all dried. And it says, I craft because punching people is frowned upon. So there we go. So that's about it. I mean, like I said, I won't be able to resist coming into this with some pencil later because I can't, I just won't be able to resist it. So I will do that. But that is that. It's done. So thank you so much for keeping me company. It's been an absolute pleasure. Yes, yeah, it does, Sue. It needs a little bit of faffing, and I will be faffing. Oh, Jan, you're an absolute darling, and I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks, Jane. Thanks, Sue. Thanks, Suruson and Sulapage. Any excuse to say your names is fabulous. Thank you so much. And well, I'll be around. I'll be around like a bad smell, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.